would the distance you live from school be linear? If I made a graph of the distance that every kid in this room lives from school, would that graph turn out to be a straight line?
No.
Why not?
Because we don't live in the same place.
Well, you don't have to live in the same place.
We all live in different locations.
Well, that don't mean it couldn't be linear.
We don't live in a straight line.
It doesn't have to be a straight line.
We live in 10 miles from the school.
We live in different distances.
Okay, that's a better explanation. So he could live 2 miles away. He could live 12.2 miles away. He might live 6.1 miles away. He might live 0.003 miles away. She might live 21.1 miles away. Is the distance from each person going to go up the same number every time? No, because we don't live. Now, what if everybody lived on the same block?
Yes.
No.
And all the houses were spaced evenly?
No.
Yeah, no, then it would be. If every one of you lived on the same block and all the houses were the exact same distance from each other, then his distance would go up the same as his distance, then his distance, then her distance. Does that make sense? That would be the only way this could be linear, is if we all lived on the same street and our houses were exactly spaced equally apart. If one house was different, then it would no longer be linear. Does that make sense? So no, it's definitely not linear. All right, one more. Oops. What about the perimeter of a square compared to its side length? You all think that is linear?
Yes.
Or not?
Linear.
Prove.
Because every side on the square is the exact same number.
Okay, that don't mean nothing. That hasn't proven nothing yet. Let's do a table and prove it. So X will be the side length and Y will be the perimeter. If the side of my square is 1 inch long, what is the perimeter? It is not 1.
Oh, the
Perimeter is 4. What if the side length is 2?
8.
What would the perimeter be?
8.
3?
12.
12? 4?
16.
So let's prove that it's linear now. How much are the Y's changing?
4. 4. 4.
How about the X's?
1.
Is the slope now the same every time?
Yes.
Sure, now we have proven that the perimeter would be linear compared to its side length. All right, any questions? And that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at today. You need to decide, is it linear? Then they might ask you to write the equation if it is a straight line.